Hi, this is Cecelia from Tarot by Cecelia, and today is Wednesday, April 22nd, 2020. The tarot card for today is the King of Wands, the counterpart to yesterday's Queen of Wands, from artist Heather Hudson for 78 Tarot Elemental. And this one is actually labeled King of Fire, which is oh so appropriate because, and I want to say new moon blessings to everyone, but we'll get to that in a moment, because for the first part of your day, like your daytime, you still have the moon in fiery Aries. I don't want to like rewind and repeat everything from yesterday, but this is such a great energy that's here. You can go back and look at the aspects and listen to the reading if you want. But, we had the boss lady and we had the boss man. And I also wanted to mention, but this doesn't apply like all over the world. I don't think it's more here in the US, that some of the people you may see coming up in the news now will be from fire signs. There's a lot of change that's getting ready to take place in the world. And our King of Fire is definitely a take charge kind of guy. There's something going on here, all right? And I want to try to set up the visual in your head for you so you understand where I'm coming from. This isn't one that I've even talked about on Patreon or in my members only, but definitely those people who listen to me there, they'll probably understand quicker what I'm getting at here. All right, today we have a new moon that occurs at 3 degrees Taurus, all right? That's a really low numbered degree, right? Now let's fast forward to next month when our new moon will be in Gemini, and that will be at 2 degrees, all right? So even lower. Now, who knows what happens when we get to June and we have a new moon? I've talked about this. I talked about this in my yearly overview. I brought it up in the yearly sun signs. I've brought it up for all of my long-term, long-range forecast readings, all right? And this has a lot of bearing on this card. And today, this is what I want you to understand. There will be a new moon, annular solar eclipse at 0 degrees Cancer, being the last Cancer eclipse in this series, where we won't see Cancer Capricorn eclipses coming around for another 9 years. Once the Capricorn one that follows it is done, we won't see this for a really long time. And of course, 0 is that very karmic degree of new beginnings, like complete fresh starts with things, all right? Now, picture, if you will, today's new moon. You got your King of Wands, and he's got that energy, right? He's like a motor that's running and revving. Think of that car that you had or your brother had when you were kids, right? And you wound it up. You got it going. It didn't go anywhere until you set it down and released it. Then it was like, vroom, and it took off, okay? That's what this energy is like right now. You are winding up that little mechanical car so that when that solar eclipse comes in June, life is ready to take off to places you could not imagine. There are so many people out there who are in doubt because they're overwhelmed by the pandemic, and they think that that means that life is on hold. Of course, then there are those out there who are behaving very foolishly and wanting to just resume life as usual, and that of course will lead to dire consequences. And of course, life as usual is a thing of the past. But those, and I have been talking about this for, I don't know, maybe since early March, those who have taken this time and probably even just set the pandemic part aside and said, gee, the universe has given me an opportunity here, all right, to work on things that I've been wanting to work on that reset, to work on those changes. Those people are going to be the ones that have that little mechanical car wound up and that are taken off at the tail end of June, headed for what? Probably their hopes and dreams, Okay, so the question is, which one are you? And what is it that you're doing? And we saw that we had energy this week that was leading, like, here's the light shining on your path. Where are you going to go? Are you recognizing that path and taking action? This is a card of action. This is a king that has a vision, has wisdom, stands up, takes charge, can lead the way. And do remember that this is a big week for astrology, even though I tried to only touch on it, and not, I want you to understand the card and what this is bringing to you. You have that fiery Aries moon. How many of you have learned to gauge your life's activities by where the moon is each day? Taking note of when you are raring to go, like this king of fire, king of wands, right? Or when you are in more of a dreamy state and working on the creative phases of life. Let's say like the last few days ago when the moon was in Pisces. Yeah, once you become accustomed to that and you start using your energy in accordance with it, I think you'll find all of this just really falls right in line. But this is a moment here. It's like that, that tension that builds up as you turn that. I think some of those cars had keys. You turn that key on the car, right? And it's going to be so wound up that by June, the takeoff is going to be amazing. Okay, I want you to remember that. And if you are on Patreon or in my members only, make sure you listen to the new moon reading. Make sure you are aware of what is coming, because you're not going to want to miss a moment. I want to thank you all very much for being here. I'll see you here again tomorrow. And as always, have a great day.